Hey, what's up? It's Jaja and welcome. Let's get right into it because thank you, Heavenly Divine Creator and Source, for your love. Thank you, Heavenly Divine Creator and Source, for openness, receptivity, congruency, clarity, groundedness, truth, awareness, patience, calm, stillness amongst the calamity. Thank you, Heavenly Divine Creator and Source, for allowing me to be a conduit of love, light, change, positive redirection, positive affirmation, healing of all levels as you see fit. Thank you for allowing me to be your vessel and your cup. Heavenly Divine Creator and Source, do you hear me? Will you hear me? Heavenly Divine Creator and Source, speak to me today. Speak to me now. Speak to me always. Allow me to recognize what is right, what is wrong, what is too much, and what is not enough. Thank you for showing the way and illuminating the path. I really want to use this reverse tarot. But I need the book because it's a very, very unique deck. Very unique. And it has flip sides and reversals. So they're double-sided cards. And so it's called the Vice Versa Tarot. And it's very interesting. Helicopter, divine influence, divine affirmation, divine hovering, protection, knowledge, overseeing, presence. Okay. So it's interesting. Before I even begin to read from this card or from this deck, I have a Four of Swords here that I'm just taking a look at it. Look at this. The Four of Swords is the rest and respite card in which we've been experiencing for quite some time. But look at the depiction of the fire burning in the background, just kind of and paying no mind to it. And then here we have Judgment, also in the reverse position. So I do want to just jump right in and take a look at these energies overall. Okay, so the Judgment showed up here first, and it's not reversed, it's in the correct facing forward. So it says, the Judgment is here when all people must come naked and without shame before their deity and be judged according to their deeds. The angel of the resurrection appears in a blaze of glory, carrying the power of the sun that shines within him. His eyes see far beyond mortal forms, and nothing is hidden from his sight. In his right hand he holds the shofar, the ram's horn that is blown on the Day of Atonement. A woman, child, and man approach over the cracked and barren ground. Nothing grows here, and all matter is burned away in purification until only the spirit remains to be judged. When you get this side in a reading, a time of spiritual awakening has arrived. You are called to atone for your sins, in other words, to correct your mistakes where it is possible, to ask forgiveness, to offer forgiveness to others. Atonement is not groveling or self-loathing, and this looks a lot like groveling and self-loathing on the other side. But rather the acceptance of human failings and foibles. Judgment is related to justice in that both deliver only what is fair, what has been earned, for better or worse. The Judgment card is a gift because it is an opportunity to wash your spirit clean. Four of Swords. And also, okay, this in the backside. The king sits by a window that looks out upon a burning landscape. There is war and destruction in his land, but he does not have the strength to act. Four transparent swords hang suspended in mid-air. Perhaps spectral weapons from past battles. Perhaps a vision of the king's memories of past strength. Behind the throne, a lizard moves from sunlight into shadow. When you get this side in a reading, while the other side of the card suggests a rest or delegating, this side doesn't hint. It flatly says that you can do no more in the present circumstances. Mentally, physically, spiritually, you are exhausted. Let someone else put the fires out. Okay. There's nothing more that we can do in a situation. We've reached a period of judgment, surrender, where basically we have to allow everything to burn down or burn away. And I mean, this is a time where we're basically being stripped to bare bones or to like bare skin in a way that fully leaves us exposed, a way that fully leaves us basically disarmed and open in a way that calls for just an utmost like surrender. But it could almost feel like a feeling of loss and defeat. And it's not even, you know, maybe the ego has to take a sit down, or maybe the ego has to take a seat and admit its loss of defeat as everything about itself comes up to the surface to become judged and cleansed away by the fire of this divine Holy Spirit, of this divine holy love, of this divine holy matrimony is what I hear as well. But also to just come clean in a way that allows us for a fresh start, a fresh opportunity, in a way that we have been cleansed and clarified by the fires and the flames. So even though this might feel like a moment of defeat or a moment of loss or futile space in which you cannot do anything, even if you wanted to do something, you cannot do anything because, quite frankly, it seems that you have done everything that you possibly could with the sense of exhaustion. And perhaps it's, you know, being left up to someone else to kind of pick up the responsibility, in which I suppose like time will only tell. So with each individualistic journey, there are stages and phases in life, and which don't always add up to the central figure, the central idea. Timetables are happening in multiple timelines, and so it's like a coalescence of time and space working in tandem. In my mind's eye, it's like an atom and the frequencies around it that kind of meld into, or that gravitate around this one particular fractal of existence. But within that existence, if zoomed in, you would see like a whole or multiple parts functioning as one unit. And so it looks like in your case, there's nothing that you can do other than to let it go, let it burn at this point. Thank you, Heavenly Divine Creator and Source, for your divine light and wisdom. Thank you for bringing clarity, solace, understanding, healing, and love into situations, into all situations, for greater peace, acknowledgement, knowledge. Thank you for love. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for information. Thank you for illumination. Okay. So, I feel like it's this side. So we have the Four of Wands. So we went from the Four of Swords to the Four of Wands. And then we have a ram, which is a sign of Aries. And then we have a dove, which is a sign of peace. Now, Aries is very direct, bold, straightforward, fiery, impulsive, immediate, quick, fast, passionate, desirous, sharp, direct, head on. And then the peace, and then the dove is about peace, purity. Oh, and look at, there's that horn that the angel, the shofar, was it? That the angel or that sun being had in his hand to announce its arrival. So there's an arrival being announced, or an announcement being made. There's grapes and, oh, and he's half beast. He's a centaur. Wait a minute. He's a centaur. Oh, that's weird. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, there's that Eight of Cups. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. Oh, with the shooting star in the background. Where are we coming from? The ram and the dove are symbols of lust and love, of aggression and peace, of persistence and cooperation. Both are needed if true passion is to be sustained over the long run. But this card isn't necessarily about relations. Remember that Wands is the suit of action. For something to succeed at its highest potential, it's important to celebrate it. Ceremony unites purpose with passion. Oh, the satyr holds a drinking horn. He is the companion of Bacchus, god of wine, fertility, and animal instincts. Yeah, and deep lust. Knight of Pentacles. A knight in light armor sits upon his horse, which stands patiently ready to do his master's bidding. The knight's helm bears antlers. His pose and attitude are relaxed. The horse is bedecked with 2 laurel garlands from past victories. A great double pentacle shield lies upon each flank. That is very annoying right now. That is piercingly annoying. A great double pentacle shield lies upon each flank, but no weapons are visible. The scene is hot and arid, the barren landscape stretching far in all directions. This is not a very dynamic person, but he is a reliable worker who is unlikely to do anything unexpected. If he wins any accolades, they will come from following someone else's orders or inspiring genius, not his own. To the world, he appears to be friendly, content with his lot, and willing to help as needed. That's a weird energy. A setting sun shines dimly through what appears to be smoke. Forested hills can barely be seen through the haze. High overhead, a red hawk glides upon the wind. When you get this side in a reading, your initial impulses are good, but you run the risk of losing sight of the big picture. Get some distance from your endeavor if you feel confused about or unclear of your purpose. This is no rush, and you won't lose momentum by stepping back for a brief time to get some needed perspective. Oh, this is why this Knight of Pentacles is here, which he is slow moving or not moving at all. Very representative of the earth signs, you know, especially Capricorn, Taurus, and then being overly careful like Virgo. But there's no anxiety here. There's calm. Oh, wait. Let me see if someone... Was that the doorbell? I'm obviously hearing things. The doorbell might be like a bingo. So there's like that slowing down and taking a step back in order to see the perspective, that resting period, kind of nothing else you can do at this time. Great. Yeah, and then we have the Eight of Cups. Really hungry all of a sudden. Starving. King of Chalices. Where? Four of Chalices. Eight of Chalices. A child sits upon a low stone, his head tilted in an attitude of reflection and concern. What's underneath this? Oh yeah, the Tower, of course. Oh, this is this energy is crazy, yo. It is wild. Yeah, nothing. There's nothing. We're in a gridlock, motherfucker. All right. A child sits upon a low stone, his head tilted in an attitude of reflection and concern. His simple white tunic and sandals are symbolic of purity and truth. Okay, I'm onto something. Perhaps he is watching the hooded man walk away, which is over here. Or perhaps he is the youthful spirit of the man himself, now lost to grief and disillusionment. A comet blazes across the heavens. When you get this side in a reading, when you get some distance from present circumstances, you will be able to assess them more clearly with less emotional baggage attached, okay? Look at the root causes of your sorrow and loss. Don't take all the blame, but don't assign it all to others either. The comet signifies that this is an important milestone on your life's journey. What seems like an ending may be just the beginning. And it's an 8, and it's on page 108. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think the dust is still falling at this point. And there's definitely you know, a deconstruction happening, as we first saw with the ego having to kind of surrender to what things are. Also, a deep need for pulling back and allowing things to settle in order to get a full and complete picture as well as perspective. And there's nothing more that can be done. There's nothing more that you can do. And yes, an ending is here, but so is a new beginning, although that isn't quite clear at this time. So yeah, let's reconvene at a later time because I got some business going on later.